We see that about 78 million dogs and 86 million cats are owned in the United States. This leaves about 70 million stray animals, and only about 6 to 8 million of these animals enter the nation's 3,500 shelters every year. These numbers bring us to the topic of our senior project. The basic question of our project is, what is life like for animals in shelters with limited resources? Our question mostly focuses on animals inside shelters. Animal shelters were made to be good, but what most of them lack are the resources and funding to provide for all their animals' needs. know that video is kind of sad, but that happens a lot in many different shelters. They get, dog and cats get surrendered every day, and sometimes, you know, people aren't able to keep their animals, and the video wasn't meant to say that, you know, you have to keep a dog that you don't want, but there are always other places that you could take them, and surrendering them to a shelter should be the last like step on the list. Many people don't realize that when you surrender your animal to a shelter, they get 3 days, and usually many animals do not live past their third night. Shelters cannot legally turn away animals, which makes most of them overpacked. And no-kill shelters don't kill, but that leaves them even more full and overpacked than regular shelters. They usually have to house many animals in one cage, and when that happens, aggression and anxiety really increases between animals. It's a sad truth that many people don't see or realize. That's a major reason why we chose to focus on the shelter and animal community. We feel that that is a problem a lot of people have overlooked, and we feel that they don't get the recognition that they deserve. Because without shelters, many animals would be forced to live on the streets. Many shelters lack space and funding to give every animal the care that they need. A big step in answering our question is to find out who pays for shelters and what gives them their research. What gives them their resources. In our research, we have found out that county shelters are paid by the government, and independent shelters who are owned by individuals are paid for by funding from many types of organizations. A big part of most shelters' funding is by donations from locals as well as any fees that the shelter may have. But still, most of the funding they receive does not fully cover everything that they need. This is where we decided to help the shelter and animal communities and gather some donations to give to the shelter in hopes of helping them financially. This is the screenshot of the GoFundMe page that we created to give to the Isabella Animal County Shelter. We chose the $900 goal, but we had never, ever thought that we'd get the goal. We ended up raising $310, and after GoFundMe took their $26 convenience fee, we were able to donate $284 of it. $300 isn't that much, but we do feel like we helped with anything.
As you can see in this picture, the majority of dogs in shelters are pit bulls and mutts. Pit bulls are more likely to be abandoned and killed in shelters, as you can see right here. On Monday, we visited the shelter and went back to see the dogs. Most of the dogs were in fact pit bulls. I looked up why there are so many pit bulls in shelters, and one of the reasons was from overpopulation. Over the years, pit bulls have become increasingly more popular, meaning more are surrendered to shelters, killed, and simply abandoned. They are being overbred, mostly for money from legit and non-legit breeders. It doesn't help when they have large litters of puppies ranging from 6 to 12. This isn't just happening with pit bulls, but with most popular breeds. But on the bright side, with the increasing popularity of them, they are slowly being seen in a more positive light. About 2.5 to 3.5 million dogs enter shelters each year, and only 1 to 1.5 million exit shelters. That says a lot. There are more dogs going into shelters than there are coming out. Most are strays that are surrendered, dogs that are surrendered, or dogs that are coming in from other shelters. On Monday, May 22nd, we visited the Isabella County Animal Shelter to donate the money we raised. And we spoke to an employee there named Emily. She was very nice and asked us if we had any preference to where a donation went. We told her that it wouldn't matter since our goal is to help any and every animal that we can at the shelter. We sincerely hope that our donation helps the animal need. For our conclusion, in terms of contacting the Isabella County Shelter, we ran into many problems. We decided to visit the shelter on May 9th, had hoped to ask some questions that we had, but they gave us a phone number to call, as no one was currently at the shelter to answer questions. So the next day, we decided to call, and we are yet again given another source of contact. We emailed them, but never got a response back. It seemed as though we weren't worth their time. So with that, we decided to call the Midland Animal Shelter to see if they could answer our questions. They were very nice and answered all of our questions over the phone. We learned a very important lesson that animal lovers are not always people lovers. This experience taught us to have patience, to not give up, and to keep trying. It was surprising to find out how hard it was to contact the shelter. The most important thing we learned is that even though it was hard to get the answers we needed, life in a shelter for these animals is extremely hard. There is a constant need for resources to give the animals basic care. The thing that mattered most is that we followed through on our goal and we were able to make a small difference in the lives of these animals waiting for a new